There is a plant at your local nursery right now, full and flowering, priced under $15. It carries enough toxicity in a single leaf to cause serious cardiac trouble in a child or collapse a dog's heart within hours. Nobody at that nursery is going to tell you that. Not because they want to hide it, but because no law requires them to say a word. Plant alert. Is your home safe? Shocking truth. Plant number 1 revealed. Guess the plant? Common but deadly. Let's start with the one that surprises people the most, because it is everywhere. From California driveways to Florida subdivision entrances, Oleander is one of the most planted landscape shrubs in the southern half of this country. It is drought tolerant. It grows fast. Those clusters of blooms are genuinely beautiful. Once established, you can largely walk away from it. Municipalities plant it along highways and medians by the mile precisely because it is low cost and nearly self-sufficient. But here is what the plant tag never says. Every part of an oleander plant contains cardiac glycosides. Every part, the flowers, the leaves, the stems, the roots, even the smoke produced when you burn the clippings carries those compounds. These are the same family of chemicals found in certain heart medications that millions of Americans over 50 take every day. In a prescription, the dose is carefully measured. In oleander, there is no measured dose. There is no safe amount. A single leaf is enough to cause serious heart disruption in a young child. Dogs and cats can collapse within hours of chewing on trimmings. Veterinary clinics across the Gulf Coast and Southern California treat these cases every summer, often after a homeowner trimmed the hedge. The clippings are the danger. A standing hedge that nobody touches is one thing. Fresh cuttings on the ground are accessible now. If you love that bold flowering hedge, and I understand why, grow hardy hibiscus instead. Hardy hibiscus performs across USDA zones 4 through 9. That covers the vast majority of American homes. The flowers are just as dramatic. Dinner plate-sized blooms in deep red, coral, and soft pink. Hummingbirds and native pollinators will pursue it all season long, and it is completely non-toxic to your children, your dogs, and your cats. Every bit of the beauty, none of the hidden cost. The second plant on this list is one that experienced gardeners genuinely love, and I understand that love completely. Foxglove is one of the most dramatic vertical plants. Those tall spires covered in tubular blooms, deep purple, soft pink, creamy white with spotted throats. They look like something from an English storybook garden. Bumblebees and hummingbirds chase them. They self-seed reliably, return year after year, and fill vertical space in a border that most plants simply cannot occupy. Nurseries across the Pacific Northwest, the Upper Midwest, and the Northeast stock them every spring because they sell on appearance alone. What most gardeners are never told is that foxglove is the original source of digitalis, a cardiac drug prescribed to heart patients for over 2 centuries. The physician who first documented it in the 1700s noted clearly that the line between a therapeutic dose and a fatal one was razor thin. In the wild plant growing in your garden, that line does not exist at all. Ingesting any part of a foxglove can cause nausea, severe vomiting, and dangerous heart rhythm irregularities, and in serious cases, cardiac arrest. Gardeners who have worked around foxglove without gloves and then touched their face have experienced toxic reactions. The safe alternative that gives you that same tall, colorful pollinator magnet presence is penstemon, a native North American wildflower. Penstemon thrives across USDA zones 3 through 9. Native bees and hummingbirds pursue it with real dedication. It requires less water than foxglove, and it carries absolutely no cardiac risk to anyone in your household. Snapdragons are your other option, vibrant in pinks, purples, and creamy yellows. Available at virtually every American nursery and completely safe for children and every animal in your yard. Number 3. This one is not a garden plant. It is one of the 10 best-selling houseplants in the United States. It sits on living room shelves, on kitchen windowsills, in office lobbies, and in children's bedrooms across every single state in this country right now. Almost nobody who owns one has any idea what is inside every leaf. That plant is Dieffenbachia. Most Americans know it by its common name, dumb cane. Walk into any home improvement store or florist, and you will find it prominently displayed. The large glossy leaves look lush and genuinely expensive. It tolerates low light without complaint. It fills an empty corner with real visual presence. Interior designers recommend it. New homeowners reach for it. What most people have never been told is what happens the moment a child or a pet puts any part of this plant in their mouth. Inside every leaf and stem are microscopic needle-shaped crystals, calcium oxalate raphides. When the plant tissue is broken open, these crystals fire into the soft lining of the mouth and throat. The immediate result is intense burning pain and rapid swelling. In severe cases, the throat swells enough to make speaking and breathing labored. That is the origin of the common name dumb cane. Victims are temporarily unable to speak clearly. The ASPCA lists it among the top indoor plants responsible for veterinary emergency calls nationwide. And in the overwhelming majority of those cases, the plant was not stored out of reach. It was sitting on a shelf in the main living space, exactly where most American homes display it. Your direct replacement for that bold tropical look is a parlor palm. It grows beautifully in low to medium indoor light, needs watering only when the soil has dried out, and is completely non-toxic to children, cats, and dogs. A Boston fern works equally well for a softer, more traditional indoor presence. Both are available at American garden centers and home improvement retailers at the same price points as Dieffenbachia. And neither one carries a single hidden risk to anyone living under your roof. For dog owners watching this, I need your full attention for the next few minutes. The fourth plant on this list is installed by landscape companies across the American South and Southwest by the hundreds every single season. It sits on patios, in front yard planters, and in living rooms, from Florida to California. It looks like a small, elegant palm tree. It photographs beautifully and requires almost nothing from the gardener. And for any dog owner in this country, it is the most urgent entry on this entire list. What it does to a dog's liver is not slow, it is not gradual. A single small bite can begin a process that ends a dog's life within days. That plant is the Sago Palm. Every single part of the Sago Palm is toxic to dogs and cats, but the seeds carry the highest concentration of a compound called sikacin, a direct liver toxin that veterinary toxicologists describe as among the most aggressive found in any American landscape plant. In dogs, even one seed, chewed and swallowed, can trigger liver failure that progresses faster than most owners have any reason to expect. Vomiting begins within 2 to 3 hours. As liver function deteriorates, neurological symptoms follow: staggering, tremors, seizures. Once those neurological signs appear, the survival rate drops below 50%, even with aggressive around-the-clock veterinary treatment. The ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center identifies the Sago Palm as one of the leading causes of fatal plant poisoning in dogs. Cases spike every fall as the seeds drop to ground level, where any dog moving through the yard will encounter them with curiosity. There are documented cases of dog owners who had grown a Sago Palm in their yard for years without incident and lost a dog to a single seed. If you want that tropical feathery frond aesthetic, grow an Areca palm instead. The Areca palm provides the same graceful, full frond display, thrives across the same warm growing zones as the Sago Palm, and is completely non-toxic to dogs, cats, and children. For gardeners in cooler zones who want an indoor version of the same look, a Majesty palm or a Kentia palm performs beautifully in bright indoor light, stays completely safe for every animal in the household, and needs nothing more than consistent watering and occasional feeding through the growing season. That is the first four: Oleander, lining American driveways, Foxglove self-seeding quietly across gardens. Dumb cane sitting on living room shelves in millions of homes. And the Sago Palm, the one that dog owners need to act on today. Now here is a question worth sitting with before part 2. Of those 4 plants, do you have any of them in or around your home right now? Drop your answer in the comments, because your answer may be the exact thing someone else watching this needed to see. Part 2 covers the remaining 3 plants, including number 7, which is the one that most people find the hardest to believe. For cats, the pollen alone is enough. No chewing, no ingestion, just pollen drifting in the air of your home. Every Easter and every Mother's Day, this plant arrives as a gift in millions of American homes with 0 warning attached. Subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell so part 2 comes directly to you the moment it goes live. I am Joe and this is GrowX Green. I will see you in part 2.